Righto.
Okay, start from the beginning?
Sorry, yes, thank you.
Okay, to start this aircraft, we're recording, we turn the right switch on, which is the master switch, and we look at the voltmeter, and the voltmeter tells us that we've got 14 volts in the battery, and the red alternator charging light is on. We turn the electric fuel pump on, which is the next switch. All switches in aircraft are up for on and down for off, like in America. We turn the left magneto switch on, the right magneto switch on, I'm sorry. We turn the left magneto switch on. We say clear the prop, and we press the starter button, which is here. Are you clear of the aircraft, Michael? Yeah. And we hit the start button. To turn the engine off, we move the two magneto switches down, we shut the throttle, we turn the electric fuel pump off, we turn the master switch off. After we've started the engine, we hold the revs at 3000, so that gives it time to warm up, and the water temperature needle should rise above 40 degrees, which it is here, as you'll see when I turn the ignition on. Turn the ignition back off again now. The exhaust temperature gauges, which are here, should never exceed 1200 degrees Fahrenheit in flight. 1250 is actually acceptable. The voltmeter will run at about 13.7 to 14.2 volts in flight, which means that the alternator is charging adequately. This is the hour meter. It's done 1142 hours. The aircraft has been totally benchmarked. The engine's been fully reconditioned. It's got a brand new 3-to-1 E-type gearbox on there with a 68-inch Brolga propeller with 15-degree pitch blocks in it, which will give us a forward true airspeed of 55 knots. The aircraft will take off within 30 feet, and you can land it over a 50-foot obstacle and come to rest within probably 100 feet. We have a handbrake here, which is only to slow you down rather than to stop you so the aircraft doesn't tip over on its nose. We have an accurate compass here, giving us our magnetic direction. We have an ICOM A22 aircraft radio here. We have a Garmin EMAP GPS there. We have a push-to-talk switch there for the aircraft radio. We have headsets for the intercom so that we can hear other aircraft and we can talk to the passenger, and the passenger can talk to the co-pilot. These are the chokes, which when the aircraft engine is cold, up is fully on, and after you've started the engine cold, gradually, with the throttle completely closed, gradually open the chokes so that when they're fully forward, they're fully open. This is a Flightcom intercom set, also brand new. And up here are the pre-takeoff checks and pre-landing checks, which you can read in flight. Okay. And this is the airspeed indicator, which will true out, we call it true airspeed, at 55 knots. The stall speed of the aircraft with 2 people on board and full fuel is 34 knots. VNE means velocity never exceeds, so this aircraft was designed never to be flown faster than 80 knots. VMAN means the velocity for manoeuvring. When you're doing turns, tight turns and so forth, you should never attempt any of those at more than 70 knots, but like with all aircraft, you need power before any manoeuvre. You have to apply a little bit more power than you would in level flight, because the stall ratio goes up a ratio of 1.31 to 1, so the extra power keeps you in the air. This is a G meter, which is a gravity meter to tell you whether you've exceeded 2 or 3 G or whatever, but it's also a timer, and I have it set to Greenwich Mean Time. way that you can exceed the centre of gravity forward or aft.
Okay.
So it's all been done and weight and balanced, yeah.
Alright. And the engine's completely rebuilt,
Brand new, completely rebuilt engine. The engine was purchased when it had done 440 hours. Belonged to a fella called Brian Markwell in Queensland. He took it out of a drifter. I completely reconditioned the engine with a new alternator, new magneto coils, new pistons, new rings, all new gaskets. It has a brand new 3-to-1 E-type gearbox and brand new starter motor, and the propeller is a 68-inch Brolga carbon fibre prop with the 15-degree pitch blocks in it, which will give us 55 knots in flight consistently, with those takeoff distances that I mentioned earlier.
Can you just mention this again, Barry?
Okay, and this is the trim. This is the elevator trim. As we pull it back, it applies up elevator, and as we let it go forward, it releases up elevator, and it's just to take the pressure off of the control column in flight so that we can maintain level flight with our hands off. We don't have to, we can write on our knee pad for navigation without having to worry too much about applying pressure.
So is it a bit like an automatic pilot thing?
Yeah, in a sense. It's not really an autopilot, but yeah. Cool. What I didn't say. The aircraft has been benchmarked to 0 hours, meaning that the airframe has done 0 hours, the engine and gearbox have done 0 hours. This is the Pitot Tube for the airspeed indicator. Always take that off before flight so that you know what your airspeed is, but that's put over there to keep wasps from building nests inside that little tube. Because it's a must that you keep the Pitot Tube clean.
What's the other one here?
That's a static, which we don't use. It's a static vent, which is not connected because it's not necessary.
Okay.
Static air vent. Aircraft has got new pod, new windscreen, all new wing spars, new skins. It's registered until the 3rd of December 2012 with the RAA.
It's my birthday.
There you go, RAO. Happy birthday, I'll remember that. The aircraft is in as new condition. It's a 46,000. If you were to buy this aeroplane today as it is, you would be paying $46,000. It has new wing, new skins, new fabric by Wayne Fisher from New South Wales, made all the fabric, brand spanking new.
Outside.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to do this until you press the button, and then I'll go around.
Right.
Call it out.
And we're ready to go.
Throttle back, left hand on the throttle right back.
Yeah.
Right. Now clear the prop.
Sorry?
You won't need choke.
Yep.
Yell out, clear the prop.
Clear the prop.
Take the tail off. Will they go in the whatever vehicle you've got?
What's it open? It's a car trailer.
Yeah, but what about the vehicle?
Yeah, we've got
So
the full. We can lay the seats down and.
I've got an electric knife. I'm going to cut some